All right, coaches, this is Coach Nuno bringing you the toes to bar, regression, progression, coaching opportunities. Let's look at the movement and then let's talk about what we would do in terms of coaching this in a class, in terms of a progression that can be effective, as well as coaching opportunities during the workout. So this is what the toes to bar looks like. Awesome. So let's talk about the grip first. Hands are going to be just outside the shoulders. Ideally, we want our athlete to establish a good hollow body position. And the first thing that I want Drew to do is a hollow body and arch. And I'm going to have him do 3 of these, a hollow body and arch, making sure that we have a nice, good active shoulder and the shoulders are activated, or initiating the movement. Jump up. Hands are where I want them to be. Thumbs are around the bar. Hollow body position, forward and back. Shoulder initiated. They're opening and closing, and the hips are moving in concert. Good, come on down. So that's the first thing. A lot of times I see the hips initiating, which is usually going to throw the swing slightly off. Second thing I'm gonna have my athletes do is hanging knee raise. So building on that swing, but now what I'm looking for is the knees to come up, and usually I want the knees a little bit higher than the hips. Here's what it looks like. He's gonna jump up, grip is about thumbs distance, or shoulder width apart, knees up. On the back swing is when the knees are gonna come up. So he's gotta pull down on the bar as he's bringing the knees up in concert. Good, come on down. Once my athlete can show me a hanging knee raise, if they are able to do that effectively, I'm gonna have them do a knees to elbows. It's not a literal knees to elbows. A literal knees to elbows would a little bit of an elbow bend. So I'm okay if the arms are straight and if the knee touches somewhere between, let's say, the elbow and the armpit. So it adds a little bit of complexity because he's got to swing a little higher and bring the knees a little higher. He's going to do 3 knees to elbows here. Here's what it looks like. Good grip, knees are coming up, good back swing, and knees are coming up somewhere near the elbow region. Good, come on down, nice. Drew tends to bend the elbows a little bit, not a big deal. Ultimately, he's still able to complete the movement. Maybe he's got long arms. I'm not going to nitpick about the arms being straight the entire time, but if you can, try to keep the arms straight. Now, once I see knees to elbows, I'm going to have them try to do the full movement. So from that hanging knee raise to the knees to elbows, all we have to do is flick the legs at the end, assuming we're doing knees as we're moving through the progression. We will do the knees bent first, and then we'll do the straight leg. But for now, he's gonna do 3 toes to bar. Watch the flick at the end. He's gonna jump up on the bar, swinging forward and back, and then kicking up at the very end. So it's like a knees to elbows, but it's just a little kick at the end. And go ahead and relax, okay? Now, we have some gymnasts, in our community, or people who are very flexible in their hamstrings, and they prefer to do a straight leg toes to bar. That works just as well, but if you don't have the flexibility in the hamstrings, don't try to do it, right? So here's what that toes to bar looks like with straight legs. Or as straight as Drew can be. Yeah, there we go, good, and relax. He's not much of a gymnast, but he does gymnastics pretty well, right? And you notice he bends his knees a little bit. I'm okay with that. I actually kind of like that. And you might see some variations. How nitpicking are we going to on that part? We're not, right? What do we want to see? Toes touch the bar, heels go behind the bar, right? Whether you do it straight legs or bent legs, it's kind of up to you. Now the challenge is to usually string them together, because sometimes you can get one and then the swing gets off. What we really have to do is pull down on the bar. Can you show one where you do one but then you lose control? So this is pretty common. You do one and then all of a sudden, yeah, you have that weird swing in between. They're not stringing them together. We want them to string together. So in order to be able to do that, usually what I'll tell my athlete is you gotta fight for the second one and the third one like your life depends on it. If you can do 2 in a row, usually you're gonna be able to string multiple toes to bar. So take a look at this position. He'll close the angle of the shoulder, be a little bit further back when done effectively. Go ahead and jump up. And 1, yeah, nice, good. 2 and 3, good, come on down. Nice. Now, in order to get my athlete to activate the lats, I can have him push down, up, push. Yeah, good. That's a good lat activation. Go ahead and relax. I can have him do that in the warm-up. I can also move him over here to a band and put a band on the rack. Okay, put the PVC pipe on the rack. Okay, scoot back a little bit and have him do some lat pull downs. Almost like you're back at the global gym. Tsa! Good, relax, okay? Again, that's for lat activation, so that translates up to the pull-up bar. So let's recap. What do? We did some kip swings first, right? Grip was just outside the shoulders, okay? And then we did some hanging knee raises, then we did some knees to elbows, and then we did the actual toes to bar. If they're stuck in one of the parts of the progression, have them stay there for the actual workout.
Cool, thank you, sir.